Hey, what's up, everybody? Good to be back with you again, and we are taking on Green Bay again. Not that Green Bay, but the other Green Bay in American Samoa. And as you'll see here in a second when we get to our team, we have, here we go, we have Kaleopa up at front because it's time to get some rest for some of these guys. So Teoni's going to rest, Edward Loke is going to rest, Maele is going to rest. All these guys who are feeling a little bit tired after a while are going to rest today, with the exception, looks like, of Palipua, who we're going to keep in there. Palipua is definitely going to be in there today. And so, with no further ado, here we go. And let's see what we can do here. We should be able to win this match pretty much hands down without any sort of problem, even while we rest our stars. And you can see that we have completely packed the visitors' end of the stands. There are not very many Green Bay fans here. It doesn't really matter either way, of course, because we're all playing in the same stadium. It would be kind of nice if Football Manager would recognize that, but then again, there are not a whole bunch of leagues in the built-in game that are quite like American Samoa, where we all play on the same place in the same city, and home and away are sort of optional. It's kind of like a suggestion. And it's Fetuau with the early tackle and the real early yellow card, not even 20 seconds into the match. And unfortunately for us, that puts Green Bay in a good position. But fortunately for us, that's the end of the highlight. And so we will see what happens here next. Don't look for quite the same level of offense in this match that we've had in previous matches, because we have a whole bunch of guys who don't play quite that frequently out there today. Fortunately for us, Atu is able to grab onto that one, but their striker was offside anyway. And so really no harm done. And you can see here, he's offside. Where is the pass? There it is. He's offside by about a foot or two. And so it goes to us for a goal kick. And let's see what happens next. Collins here with the throw. Throws over to Malani. Malani knocks this one forward to Poyafa Moana, who scores. And that makes it 1-0 for PanSa East FC. Took me a second to figure out which player that was, because I think the computer, one of the Green Bay players' names popped up before his. And there he was. Yeah, his name went away for a second. I saw Kaleopa there, actually. But no, it was what's his first name? Poyer. There he is, with the goal. And that makes it 1-0 PanSa East FC here in the real early going. And we'll see what happens as we move on out from here. It's always good to be the first team to score, and it looks again like we're having a pretty good game all around. It's Kaleopa here with the shot, and that's up and behind for a goal kick. And so we'll sit back and wait on this one. And this time we do not win the ball in midfield. It says Long killed it with a really, really dangerous tackle. Lucky that he wasn't given a card for that one, or that nobody got injured. And so they hold on to the ball here for a second. It's there, Palipua here with it again. And I didn't see who was able to get around onto that one to block it, but we've conceded a corner here. And let's see what we can do. Being told that Joe Atu is not being played in a familiar position. I'm not quite sure where I have him. We may need to make a couple changes. It might be the case that when I was making changes before this match that I did something really silly. And so we probably will keep this going until halftime, since it hasn't really hurt us yet, and sort of see where we get from there. But whoever it was who made that stop did a really good job, and so we'll see what happens. No, Atu's playing in midfield. He should be able to play up there. I don't know. We probably should just get rid of him, since he doesn't like to train and he's old. I mean, he's old. He's like 27, I think, 26. But that's old around these parts. We love our 15-year-olds who are really the players that are keeping the team going. Atu there with the other Atu, I should say, with the save. And he's only, like 17, I think, our goalkeeper. And even then, I'm still not all that impressed with him. The game's been giving him fairly good ratings and tells me that he is an exciting prospect who can only improve. But I wish we had a better one. And that's really, really poor from Collins, who gives up a penalty for no apparent reason. He didn't need to do that. He could have just played in front of his man. He had him beat for pace. And it's about to be 1-1 here in a second. And there it is, 1-1, the draw so far. And boy, I tell you, we had a good start, and we're just not quite looking up to snuff here in the latter part of the first half. That was pretty poor tackle, and then, of course, by Atu, the really, really poor attempt at a save. I mean, he wasn't anywhere close to the ball. He went the right way, but it doesn't matter if you if you can't even get halfway down the net. Kalliope here with a chance, and he shoots that from range, and that goes over everybody's head. I wonder if Kalliope wouldn't play a little bit better if I played him a little bit more frequently, but oh well. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. And looking through this, yeah, Martin Lankilde is probably going to have to come. I think it's Lankilde who has that poor rating. We'll see it a little bit better here. This is a little bit hard to figure out. No, maybe Afa actually is having the real poor match out there. All right, so we need to get rid of all of this nonsense and go out there and sort of bring the game to them. So Atu is apparently out of position. That means that we'd have to put Loke in. Yeah, let's see what we can do here. We'll put Atu up there. So this here, we'll have to auto-size all columns so we can see. Yeah, we'll put Atu up there. Loke will come in. And yeah, we want to take off Alex since he's playing so poorly. But we don't have anybody to put in for him, I suppose. Yeah, let's see what we can do. Can Ryan Coulter really play in that position? No. It's the game's way of telling me that we have nobody on the bench who can play in that position. We're going to do this. We're going to put Vialli in that position. We might as well, since I don't think that he's a particularly good striker. And we'll kind of go from there. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. And we'll see what happens with our two defenders. I'm really, really loath to take either one of them out because they're two of the best players that we have. I know that they're extremely tired, but we want to keep them in as long as we possibly can. And there's the through ball over to Kalliope, who is potentially fouled, but I guess he wasn't. It's back to Atu over to Vialli. And he crosses that one forward and forces what looks like a corner, but I guess that was actually a throw. It's kind of hard to tell. Kind of hard to tell when the highlight ends like that, sort of halfway through. And we have it up again here on the right side, and it goes over to Milani, who wins the ball and shoots it straight at their goaltender. But that wasn't a bad thought. And anyway, we'll see what happens from here on out. That was a really, really nice through ball. And Milani really could have done a little bit better with that one. I don't think that he had as much control as it looked like. I think that's what was really going on. I think that the ball sort of beat him. And so, yeah, in a second, we're going to have to see what we can do here about some additional substitutions, probably when we get to 60 minutes or so. There is a shot on goal from them that fortunately is not going anywhere close to anything. And so we'll just go ahead and wait it here for a minute or two, and now we'll see what we can do. How many substitutions do we get? We have 3 more substitutions that we can make. All right, we'll put him in and him in, and then the one. So this thing keeps resetting. I thought that they had all this fixed, but apparently they don't. All right, let's see. Well, which one of these two do we want to keep on? We'll just keep you on. All right, that's the way that this is going to work, and we'll go ahead and keep going. So I think that means that we've made 4 of our substitutions. It's Collins with the throw over to Atu, who does absolutely nothing with it. As expected, back to Walter Assam over to Collins again. Collins knocks this one forward, looking for Famuana, who scores the second goal of the match, and it's 2-1. Just like that, and boy, that was pretty quick. Did we even get the substitutions in? I'm guessing that we did. Anyway, yeah, we did because Walter Assam came on, and so yeah, hey, that's not bad. 2-1, just like that, and that was a pretty nicely placed header, and that's not too bad. 2-1 for PanSa East FC in a away match that we were really, really in danger of losing or at least drawing. Now he's offside. You can see that there. If he's onside, I can't see the other defender. So take that how you will, but it doesn't matter. No VAR at this level, so they're not going to do anything to take that away from us. Kalliope is having a particularly poor game up front. I kind of want to give him a little bit of the more playing time, but I'm not sure how married I am to the idea. It goes forward to Milani. Milani looks and passes it upwards to Vialli, who's completely out of position, and he takes a shot on goal that's nowhere close to anything, and it's a goal kick for them. They lump it forward just barely. It's Loke who grabs it over to Kalliope, up to Vialli. He's totally out of position. He has a beautiful pass to Kalliope, whose shot ends up not being much of a shot at all. I don't think that I don't know if he even hit that with his actual foot. I'm not quite sure what happened here. Look at how beautiful that pass is. And what does he do with the shot? He's trying to lob the keeper, I see, and instead he ends up with a defender right in front of him. Not exactly the best decision-making in the world. We know how this is. We have a lot of guys who have some struggles with decision-making, and it is a corner for them. And fortunately for us, that one ends up staying out. Otherwise, this would have been another draw in a hurry. And so our 2-1 lead remains intact, and we see how long we can hold on to this for. We can see that Fetuao is absolutely exhausted, not exactly having the best game of his life. Hopefully we can hold on to him just for a couple more minutes, because I don't really want to put either Teoni or Maile in there. I'm going to have to be a little bit more careful about how I choose the bench from here on out. It's a lump forward to Walter Assam, who finds Ryan Coulter, who scores the goal, and that'll give us the 2-goal advantage. 3-1 now, PanSa East FC. And I think this one is pretty much over. I don't think that they're going to be able to come back from this at all. Now, we probably had a couple of players offside there, but apparently nobody cares. Their goalkeeper looks like he's frozen. He just sort of stood there watching. Pretty ridiculous job. Ryan Coulter here with another header. Almost scores another one. Not quite. 3-1 now, PanSa East FC, and it's back to Ryan Coulter again. He lumps this one forward looking for Loke. What was a pretty poorly advised pass, and then Loke runs over and knocks the ball out for a throw. And that's a very dangerous tackle. Again, we've had our share of dangerous tackles here. Loke then wins the ball and then is fouled. And I'm pretty sure this is just the final highlight to show us that the game is over. And Fetuao is going to take this kick if he can even stand up. And he stands there and kicks it forward just a little bit, and it ends up with Loke again. Passes that down to Famoana, who finds Kalliopa. Kalliopa can't get his head over to it, though. And that's the end of the match. So PanSa East FC end up winning this one just as we thought that we would, 3-1. 1.30 XG. We actually lost the XG battle in this match. That's mostly because of their penalty. We didn't win the possession either. We didn't have our stars out there. We still won. So it is. That's what we're used to. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.